Some for when? You shot your shot?
I shot my shot.
When? What grade?
Grade 9. Grade 10. No, Sibanda was at grade 10, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a shot, didn't work out. Should I tell you something, guys?
What?
I kissed her. Ooh, that same year.
What?
That same year? Oh, what? I'm kidding. What happened?
What the hell?
It's a point. It's a point that you should have shared. I didn't know actually.
Dash, 100, 250, cash, 100. Man, I envision myself.
My name is Nkosinathi Ndaba. I'm a rapper slash producer slash mix engineer, master engineer, my bad. Yeah, that's what I am. I mix, master, produce everything that I do or everything that's out right now. And obviously wrote all the lyrics for that. So.
My name is Kamohelo Mahlatsi. I'm a visual artist. Mainly use the medium of photography. And yeah, that's what I really do. Yeah.
Okay. Gentlemen, growing up, where did you guys grow up and how was it growing up? Like, let's start with you, Groovy, since I know you grew up in Katlehong. How was it growing up in Katlehong?
Me and Nati actually grew up together in the same house.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro. I'd say I had a pretty average upbringing in the township, dog. You know, it's not... I don't know how people look at it, dog, but from an insider's perspective, one thing I could say that stood out about like growing up in that place is the oneness of a community, dog, and just knowing everyone there and having like a bunch of friends as a young kid. And yeah, I was really just out and about, you know, connected with people. But one thing I also noticed about myself is that as a kid, as much as I'd play outside, I'd always make time for myself, dog. And I feel like I was able to like explore like this creative side I had by spending a lot of time by myself. I'd always balance out my time between my friends and then being by myself also. You know, because I feel like you really know what you want when you're by yourself. Right? Yeah. So yeah, my upbringing was pretty chilled as a kid. You know, went to school and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't that hectic though.
Just snatching yourself?
Well, as a kid, I grew up in 3 different places.
Yeah.
Okay, actually 4 if you count in boarding school. So I actually, okay,
You've
so
been
like,
around.
yeah, I've been around, bro. I've been around, bro. So firstly, like I was in Dinwiddie, which is like kind of like a suburban area, if you will.
It is.
Yeah, it is a suburban area. You know, where like when you go out the house, you go out for a purpose. You don't just go out, you know. Like that's the first thing like I realized from actually moving from Dinwiddie to Katlehong. Was like that different dynamic where people would just go out just like for the sake of going out, you know. Not that I'm going to go see my friend, I'm going to go do this and this and this.
No specific
Yeah,
talk.
it's just like, no specific talk. You just like go out to socialize and stuff like that. But like in the area that I first grew up in Dinwiddie, it wasn't like that at all, you know. And another place I grew up in was in boarding school, where in KZN, you know, away from my parents and everything like that. So I really like had a lot of time to be alone. You know? That's why I think maybe I'm introverted a lot. Like always I just keep to myself for the most part. As a child, I was just like that silent kid that really didn't like, you know, go out that much. Not that I was sad or depressed or anything. It was like it was enjoyable for me because like I created my own world, like between 4 worlds, you know. So I would never really get bored, you know. So that was my childhood. Not that like traumatic or anything, but yeah, it was enjoyable for me.
It was comfortable.
Yeah, and it's like that's why I feel like I'm able to be creative and like be willing to learn like all these other things, because like the way that I was brought up was like, yo, the only fun that you can do is like maybe on the screen or, you know, a book or whatever the case might have been, you know. But yeah, that's what it was. It was just all up in here. That's all my fun.
Yeah, all your fun.
Yeah. Also me.
Yeah,
the whole internal thing. But it's always dope.
Yeah.
So the next question pretty much would be, you know, how did you fall in love with the craft that you're in right now? I know, Kamohelo, you take pictures. How did you go into photography? When did you start falling in love with it? When did it all start for you?
For photography, the thing is, I've always wanted a camera, with the intention to make YouTube videos. But photography, I remember 2015, there were like sparks of that interest in it. You know, I don't know why, dog, but like as much as I wanted to make YouTube videos, there were like, I had that attraction towards photography specifically. And then 2016, my friends in high school, like, we had a group, dog, and they made music, and I wanted to be a
Suicide
yeah, you
Squad.
know that. We had the whole thing going on, and
Yeah, so you guys had a whole movement.
yeah,
In
dog.
high school, it was just crazy.
But I remember, like, I wanted to be a part of that so bad to a point where I was like, if I'm gonna join it, they're only gonna let me join if I'm an asset. So how do I make myself an asset? I thought about it, I'm like, I can edit because I've made YouTube videos before. Shooting is not a problem. I'll just pick up a camera, dog. And then luckily, one of the guys, Sibu, he had a camera. And whenever they wanted to shoot content, I'd borrow his camera. But I did a lot of video for them. And then in between me shooting videos, I'd also take pictures, dog. You know?
So you'd say for you, everything started with videos and music.
Yeah. And then the next year, I got my camera, 2017. I'm still making my videos, but then like this opportunity for me to shoot for Patrick. But even before that, funny enough, dog, like
Yeah.
I just found myself gravitating more towards photography, dog. I don't know, I just did it, bro. And I remember it got to a point where like the stuff with Patrick is so busy. I remember telling this guy, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna quit videos, dog. He kept on asking me, are you for real? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't feel right, dog. I'm gonna stop doing that. Not that I'm quitting, bro, but it's like,
It's too much.
yeah, it just stopped feeling right. Just wanted to focus on photography. And yeah, I'd say ever since like 2017, dog, I've been pushing.
Yeah. Nkosinathi, when did you realize that rap is for you? When you started pursuing
Actually
it?
pursuing it as seriously.
Yeah.
So like ever since like I was like a kid, pretty much, maybe like around like grade 5 or whatever. Like I used to just love music, like just love rap music, and I listened to it so much that I would be able to recite the lyrics like off by head and stuff like that. And I remember when we'd have these like art projects, because at art like you'd have to come up with something like, in the arts and crafts or whatever.
Concept and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to come up with a concept and stuff like that, and every chance I would get, I'd be like, yo, let me try rap, let me try recite this, you know, because as I said, I was like this introverted kid that didn't really talk that much, you know, I wasn't really out there. So like really like me reciting those lyrics that I knew, like it just gave me confidence, you know. Like when I'd actually like after reciting whatever I'd recite, like people would come up to me like, yo, that's actually dope. Like, have you ever thought of being a rapper or whatever? And like just give me the confidence to be like, oh, maybe I should pursue this. So then fast forward like around grade 9 is where I actually started like at 15 years old, where I actually started like writing my own shit like seriously, because before it was just like poetry based on what I felt at the time, you know,
Yeah.
based on like whatever was going on. And yeah, like from grade 9 I realized that I actually do have a gift in pursue it. And ever since then it's just been, I have to like get this. But in terms of releasing, I'm more of a person that wants to like take my time with it and like have solid structure and solid concepts, because I don't want to just release something that you'd forget by the day's end. Like I want to make something that you would live with, and something you could relate to, and like,
Something that connects.
yeah, like I really want to like connect with people and like for them to feel what I'm feeling and like understand what I'm going through, and like also make people understand that the things that you go through, you don't go through them alone. Like we're all connected on this earth, you feel me? As humans. Yeah, so I just wanted to create that experience. Like with each and every one of my albums that I'm going to release and the one that I've released.
Well, with you, Groovy, I mean, you know I keep calling you Groovy because like in high school there's always Groovy.
Yeah,
Now
you can still,
I check now you go by Kamohelo. I know with you, like there's a lot of stuff that you've done. Okay, it's not a lot, but like, how's the experience being a photographer for Patrick XD? If I'm saying it right.
Patrick
sorry.
XXD.
Yeah, how was that? Because that's something you did at one point, and
That
how
was
the experience.
that was really fun, dog. I shot for this guy for almost 2 years, dog. But I'd say one thing I learned from that experience is like work ethic, and also it was like a technical photography boot camp for me, because this guy would have shows almost every weekend, and it's like you must almost always be ready to shoot, dog, all the time.
You're in high school either.
Yeah, so it's like during the week at school, on weekends I'm out with this guy and his team, it's like there's interviews, whatever, you must always be ready to shoot. So I feel like, yeah, there's like a technical boot camp for me to always like be ready to shoot and stuff. And then, yeah, I was also glad because that experience, dog, like just being able to leave my house, bro, just and travel, that was really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So
did you enjoy the parties that you had to go to?
Yeah, man. And now that I think about it, though, I wasn't as focused as I was supposed to be. Though I was looking at other things, bumped into a few people. But yeah, it was really fun, dog. I really enjoyed it, and I don't regret any second of it at all.
And then I know you also, there was an award that you won in 2018. 2019.
Last year, yeah.
Last year. What was the award?
It was my essay, photography, and it's by an organization called Think Ahead. So basically, like schools could enter, right, for that competition, and it's like a nationwide thing. And I submitted one of my photos. Well, the teacher that was like the facilitator for the media team, Rebecca Shepherd, shout out to her. Yeah, she submitted one of my pictures. Cause she's the one that pushed for that, actually. She was like, yo, I think you should submit. I was like, for real? I'd never entered the competition, anything, bro. So she was like, yeah, your work is really dope. Submit. I was like, okay. At that time, I'm still working on my project. I was like, let me finish something else, and then I'll give you the pictures. I gave her like a folder, like a bunch of pictures she chose. Yeah. She picked and then submitted, and then, yeah, that was that. And there was also like an award ceremony. Felt like I was at the Grammys. For real, dog. Because you have to think about it, like, I went to school for like 13 years. I failed grade 9. Yeah. 13 years of basic education, no award, no nothing. That was the first time ever
like
in my life.
You were the type who just go to school for school.
Yeah, dog, yeah.
Much about others.
Yeah, dog.
Even you, Nkosinathi, you never used sports.
Yeah, but I don't think I got anything, bro, in school. But I was just there, like, just to get out of there, bro. Like, I didn't enjoy the whole concept of school, personally, bro. Like, they really cap how much you can learn, bro. Like, at the speed you want to learn it at, also. And what they teach also is like, they teach you just to be an employee or just to be good enough. They don't teach you like, yo, you really have to put in 14 hours a day to be the greatest. But in our minds, we have this unearned confidence to say, yo, I want a mansion one day, whatever. But if you look at it, like, do you put in as much work as you should? Like,
as someone who has a mansion.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, this guy Elon Musk says he used to put in, what is it, like 100 hours a week into his work, the time he was like trying to like make it, you know. And I look at myself like, am I putting that much effort into it, you know? At school, was I trying to like put in that much effort? Do they teach you that like, yo, to pass you have to put in 100 hours a week? They don't. They just tell you just get 40-50%, and like you just carry that mentality, just carries on as it goes on. Not trying to say like don't go to school or whatever, like that.
Dropped out.
Oh yeah, nothing like that. Just like, if it's not like, if you feel like you should be doing something else, or you know what you want to do, go for it. Don't like feel like you have to go to school like to be what you want to be. Just put in the work, and then you see as you go on. Just put in the work. That's how I feel.
Cool. That's powerful. I think the next thing that would be dope to do is to dive into you guys' bodies of work. Right? I know, Groovy, you have your Envisioned Self collection. Can you please just speak about how did you come to the Envisioned Self, the process, the inspiration?
So this project, it's an ongoing project. It's a photo series by me, the Envisioned Self, and how that idea was actually birthed is, I don't think I've told the story before, but Khan, who's featured in like the first episode of the series. The project is divided into episodes, right?
Okay.
Because of my prior knowledge of what a series is, TV series as episodes, I never knew that a photo series is like just the pictures. So I just decided to like divide it into episodes for each person who's a subject in the project. And then this guy Khan calls me one day, last year, 2019 Jan. He calls me, he's like, I want you to come and shoot us, right? Him and his boys. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And if you look at Khan, bro, like he's really, really, really dark. Dark skin, has a wide nose, he's got full lips, bro, and that's what you call or consider stereotypical black features, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was just really drawn to that, bro. And we were shooting, I'm like, bro, do you mind taking off your shirt? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And then like we just started like, I started like put up these poses, like weird conceptual poses, bro. And I don't know, there's something that just really stood out, bro, with the way I shot those pictures. Like, I'd never shot anything like that before, and like aesthetically it just looked so amazing, bro. So the idea behind the whole project is to aestheticize or to beautify these features that we consider as ugly, right? Because being dark skinned is ugly, having a wide nose, you're ugly, we make fun of you for that, bro. We clown you down, we kill your confidence, we kill your self-esteem. So the whole idea is to make or increase the presence of these features in the media, just so we can consider them as beautiful, dog, and just normalize the presence of these features. Because if you look at most magazine covers or just even in television, the standard of black beauty is always the opposite of stereotypical black features. Light skin, thin lips or a small nose, you know, type of thing. So I'm focused on that, bro, to make those features beautiful, dog. So yeah, that's the whole idea behind the project, is to aestheticize these features. Everyone in the project has these features. Either you're dark, you have a wide nose, you have full lips, and yeah, that's the whole idea behind the project.
Nkosinathi, and yours?
Yeah, Trust But Verify. It's crazy. How I came up with the name was, I remember watching a series called Arrow. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arrow. Yeah. So I can't remember, this one lady said that phrase, trust but verify, and I was like, damn, that's actually crazy. And like, what does that mean to me? Like the way I interpreted it was that like you should trust people or whatever, but you should verify who you put your trust in. You know, because if you trust certain people or whatever, like that actually, like, you're giving them the power to actually transform the way you think or the way the things that you do.